Amazing. Do you need any fucking officers? You want to be able to join my job, please?
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably need some crowd control. I mean, it's
Yes.
a fucking.
Apparently, I'm not allowed
it's
to
a-
have.
It's like
Yeah, you can observe. You know, we do need to like have a presence of the law to maintain order.
wait, why do I not have
We'll
permission
baton
to?
everyone who doesn't listen to the law.
Wait, why do I not have permission to use GPS?
Yeah, I know that's like.
You have to pull it in really closely.
What?
Lancaster, Sterling.
Wait, where's the? Where's
Oh my!
Why am I not allowed to use GPS?
What? What? Yeah, I believe some are actually broken.
It's gonna be Albany. It's Albany.
Will you?
If you're still wondering, it was C3 Albany. I think I stated it in the announcement. Let me check.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the issue is that we can't use GPS. The command's
Oh,
broken.
near Windsor Station and then northeast. I thought GPS would work.
Gotcha. Windsor
But this
Station.
works nice. Ow. Windsor Station and what side again?
Northeast, I think. Near a huge white building.
That's not northeast, guys. That's not northeast.
Yeah.
Northeast is
I've
this
got
way.
no excuse. I'm from the northeast. I should know better.
I am from the south.
Ugh.
Oh, I can never in Minecraft never run like north. It always feels so wrong in my mind to go north.
Yeah, it's northeast.
Wait, are we holding it in the Stonecorp building? Or is it beyond?
Oh, I put stocks there.
What?
You can just use GPS stone to go to the stone building.
I think are we doing a stone? No, I don't think we're doing it on stone, are we?
No, that's the Ollie's building over there.
Yeah, but
C27, C4.
none of these are Albany. None of these are C3 Albany.
Ah, found it.
Okay. Oh, it's okay. Gotcha.
Why do I see someone who looks like a really bad person? Yeah, but do you see it as well?
Yeah. I'm going to be professional and say no can't.
I don't feel safe. The guys invaded my country once. Just once, but no.
Yeah.
Is it in here? Is it in here?
Like, I guess should me and Kai sit at the front? Oh, apparently I can't sit there. Okay, can I sit here? No, I can't sit here. Fucking love this game.
I can't sit here. Yes.
Oh my god, please.
Yeah, you have to spam click a couple times. You cannot have you can't have anything in your hands.
Of
Doesn't work
course.
like that.
Sorry, I forgot. I'm what's it? Not American, therefore stupid. Ow. Fucking hell, it did.
I'm Dutch. What do you mean?
Take.
I just got called stupid.
No, I didn't call you stupid. I was just being general. But yeah. Oh, I am blind. Did
Wait,
you
you
just
get blind from that?
Did you just do police brutality on me? What the fuck?
No.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wait, you get blind from getting tasered?
Yes.
That's
Okay,
supposed
right.
to be for pepper spray.
I can't believe you did this on Alexandria's most prominent left-wing journalist.
I hate politics, okay? Like, yeah, the entirety of the Ministry of Justice high-ranking bullshit, and even everyone else besides like 3 people in total are part of one singular party.
Yeah. Okay, so do we have any party leaders in here? Or
Give me 5
people who
minutes,
are
I'll start
representing...
party.
Let me. I messaged everybody in the party registry a while back. I don't think there's anybody in here that is a party leader apart from Stormcraft. Oh wait.
Not a party
Okay.
leader yet. I need
But I
2
think
people to join my
representatives from
party.
most parties are here.
Okay.
I mean, I
And
don't know
please,
if there are
if you
representatives
want to
from other
join in the
parties.
party, just bully the...
The hell is going on?
Bait apparently.
Debate.
Debate on what?
Like for the
Which
Various
party leaders are
things.
here?
nobody. You're the only one here.
Like, okay. So,
Going good so far.
yeah, it's going great so far. Okay. I'm going to hit record at one point, so we have a record of the debate.
It's 5 in the fucking morning.
No, it's not.
Time
It's
zones,
5.
brother.
It's 3 o'clock.
Like, I understand for like our American viewers, that's the case. My OBS did not like that, but I did. Okay.
Are people
Fixed.
already chosen for the debate, or can anyone debate?
Technically
I-
supposed to be party representatives, but I don't think we have any representatives from any parties. Right now.
I'm technically here. Sorry, I didn't hear the party leader part. I was a little. My headphones were messed up, but I'm the party representative for Labor today.
All right,
Sure. Sure.
I'll represent the independents because no one else is gonna speak for them.
Okay, buddy.
So who's
No,
gonna
actually,
go on
you'll
stage?
speak for them. Actually, wait, no, wait, Kai, you should speak for independent. I did not forget that you were in call. Holy shit!
No,
Speak for
no, no.
independence. I'll speak for the anti-monarchy. It's okay.
No.
You speak for
I'm a
independence.
moderator, so.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, like Kai can't speak independent part, like can't speak on their own in political career. Just how I can't speak for the Labour Party because I'm also moderating. So, like
Well, you can't really speak for the independents either way, because like the whole point of independence is that they don't have a unified fucking.
yeah. No. I agree with you. Anyway, I'm gonna hit record now, and we are rolling. Okay.
Was this just something y'all did on a whim, or was this like planned?
This
It's
was
supposed to be planned, but like
This
not
time,
very planned.
ask an event
Oh.
host to plan stuff.
All right.
This is not going good.
So, who are the participants today? Storm, this is your department. You gotta call up the participants, man.
Like most parties signaled me that they were interested. I see some people from parties here right now. The Liberty Party, someone from them is here. And I think some of you are also from other parties, but I'm bad at remembering names, so but not like I sent out the invites and then I got like mostly just half responses, and like I mean many people came now. Can anyone who represents the party like say who they are and who they represent now?
I'll go first. My name is Mango. I am on the executive committee of the Labor Party, and I will be representing them today at this debate.
All right, great. Are you in game right now currently?
Yes.
Are you in the area?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, you can feel free to go up to the front here.
Okay.
Is there anybody else who's representing a party here?
I'm the vice chairman of the UCP.
All right, very good. Let's see. Are you here?
So we have the UCP and the Labour Party making their cases.
Yeah, and obviously Greens, I'm assuming, considering Stormcraft is here.
I'm Twiskit,
Oh.
and I'm representing the Liberty Party.
Oh god, I'm here. Okay, where do I sit? Where do parties sit?
Leave in the front.
Sorry.
Okay, can we put down some more lecterns if you have any?
Yeah, we need more lecterns.
Yeah,
more
like need more lectins.
Stormcraft, do you have more lecterns?
Ain't my plot. I don't have perms on the plot
Who's-
apparently.
Who's plotting all those
Hey,
things?
thanks for coming. Have a piece of bread. Thanks for coming. Have a piece of bread. Have a piece of
You
bread.
can't.
Thanks for coming.
I'm going to stop. No, I'm not taking a bribe. I'm not taking a
No,
bribe.
they're not bribes. It's to
I want
feed
to
people
bribe.
because the debate's about to be boring as fuck.
Oh.
Here, take a piece of bread. Here, take a piece of bread.
Yeah,
Take a piece of
I'm
bread.
just gonna start watching fucking
piece of
Star
bread.
Wars on the back.
Fine.
This
I'll
is not a
take
bribe.
So, who's Kaiser Bismarck?
He's also a party, I believe.
He
What
built
is it?
the thing. It's his plot.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
but like we low key need to put down more lecterns if you can.
Yeah, we need more lecterns and stuff. But for the minute, okay, we should probably. So we got the UCP, we got Labour, we have the Greens, we have the ALP. Have I missed anybody out?
Wait. Did you count me? Am I counted? Hello.
What are you for?
I'm chief of staff of the government, but also I'm representing the anti-monarchy faction, the illegitimate royal family, if you will.
The did you register?
No, I did not know that this event was happening until I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I wake
Just
up at this time.
ask Stormcrafter. What's cuffed event organization?
So
ever?
okay, like
Can I please be in the debate?
I love how I'm getting
Please.
zoomed in on by
Please
No.
let me in the debate. Here, have some of my stocks in netherite.
Wait,
Well,
you just sell those. Boy, just sell.
I did sell those. I already sold them. Never mind. I thought I had them in my inventory.
All right then. Can everybody who's participating just come to the front? I know we don't have enough lectures, but let's just get it started without lectures. I suppose it's gonna look a little awkward, but you know we gotta make do with what we have. We have super. Oops, you gotta go up into the front as well, man. Don't mind if you're gonna be speaking. Up to the front, like the speaker area. All right then. So we have.
let me just rejoin. By 10 minutes.
Alright, okay then. I guess we'll start at past 20. Is that good? And then I'm thinking how we just do it is because there's no planning. We'll just do this question to one person. Let them explain, let others respond, and then we go into the second person. How about that?
Yeah. Like I recommend that the personages speaking allocate like at least 2 minutes to explain their party's point.
Yeah.
So we can get through this like, relatively orderly and quickly.
Yeah. I'll do the timing then. Let me pull up a timer on my phone.
Just out of pure curiosity, what are we debating?
A number of things, I would assume.
a number of
Okay.
things.
Where are you guys
and,
at? Because I want to
Uh,
join
We're-
in on this debate.
Albany Lane.
What off?
Just put the full name of the plot in chat. Someone.
It's the
Because
name
we
of
had
the
to
plot
tell
is
and-
literally in the description of the channel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
So
No, you have to add LN
fucking-
after that.
Mofoy, you can't just twerk in front of the camera.
Sorry, I was
can't.
advertisement. I was advertisement. Join the illegitimate royal family today.
Is this for DC or Statecraft?
It's for statecraft.
Statecraft. There's no royal family in DC.
Oh, okay. Cool.
We don't speak of that hereditary nation, that heretic nation.
I was look
Mm,
okay. So I guess when we're ready to start,
All right.
I
then.
assume in 5 minutes, Kai. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure. And then we'll do introductions first as well. 2 minutes for
Yeah.
everybody to introduce themselves, their priorities, and what they stand for. Stormcraft, are you gonna go up to the front as well? I mean, I'm assuming you're gonna be debating too, yeah?
Like Stormcraft, head to the front so you can, be observed.
Oh, I don't have permission. Shit.
What?
Well, I don't have permission. I could be doing it wrong. Though.
Oh yeah, GPS is broken for some reason.
Oh,
No,
okay.
It's not. People just forgetting. You have to still add like a score. There's like the minus sign, and then LN after that, like with street.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gotcha. Let me change the thing then.
I would.
I still don't have permission to do it. Let me show you my screen.
Okay, it's in the just do this.
Oh right, I see. I'm the one doing it wrong. Shit. Okay.
That's fine.
I'm doing it wrong.
To ensure decorum, I would ask that people who are not speaking on, the podium, the lecterns and stuff, like specifically when they're getting questioned, if they're not being specifically questioned, they don't talk.
Allegedly.
Oh. Okay. Making my
Please
way downtown. Walking.
Do not
I brung
question the
paint. I don't know
legitimacy of
why.
this
I just
debate
brung paint
before.
to the debate.
Wait, okay.
I'm not going to use it. I just brung it with me.
Okay, right.
So
This is gonna
we'll
be
starting in
a
3
normal debate.
Okay, so apparently, Simo TV will be speaking for the Greens.
For who?
Yes, I will speak today. For the Greens.
On behalf of?
On behalf of the Greens, or
I
Alliance.
see. So the Stormcraft is not gonna be talking for Greens.
I'm not going to be talking for Greens.
Gotcha. All right then. Just make your way within the next 2 minutes if you can.
This is gonna be a totally fair debate. No corruption going on.
Yay. You get enough of that in DC, so.
Because they're a part of the deep
anything that happens in here is going to be less malice and more incompetence, honestly, because this is a bit scuffed of a event.
I am not incompetent. I am the most competent
Nice.
person in Statecraft, actually.
I wasn't talking about.
I just found out Donald Trump. That makes me worried.
Allegedly.
Makes me worried, my guy.
Yeah, like. Okay.
I should open a new website called True Social. For Alexandria.
That is the best website on Statecraft, I can tell you from experience.
Of course, and there's officers quarters that neocities.org, right?
I do endorse.
Right. Okay.
So I didn't dress up smart. I should have dressed up smart for the event. I'm sorry, I didn't have any suits in my wardrobe.
Yeah, where the fuck's your diamond armor?
I'm wearing my best
Yeah,
jacket.
there we go. Look at that. There we go. See, I hope you don't mind. It's still black though, right? Still right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, look,
You
this is a
fucking colorblind?
people's debate. You're allowed
Yeah,
to
I
wear
am
what you
actually.
want
No, I'm kidding. I'm not.
within reason.
Hey, look at y'all rich asses. I could barely afford a toga. Okay, look at me. I'm over here in a toga, but I just cover it with my diamond armor.
Guess
Listen.
that keeps you warm then.
Yeah,
Listen,
it does.
You'll
Very
notice
badly
the wealth
damaged diamond
disparity
armor, but I got
between me
diamond
and
armor.
Kai in our suits. Mine has
Yeah,
holes
Kai
in it.
actually has a suit. You're over here in like
A
something you'd wear
jacket.
on the train in New York or something, like over here on the
Yeah.
subway.
I'm
Guys, let's be real.
I'm-
The fucking statecraft subway sucks. Transit sucks here. Fix transit.
We need to fix
Fix
it.
the subway. Fix the metro system.
On the floor.
A homeless man threw a bottle at me the other day. Fix the transit system.
okay.
Need security guards on the transit.
Okay.
Hello.
It's 20 minutes past
Who said that
2.
name? Hello?
Buddy, quiet down. If you are not
Transit
somebody
system
who's
is
up
so
on the
stupid and the
podium,
alignment makes no sense.
Stormcrafter, please. If you're not up on the podium, please mute yourselves.
We're starting now. Okay.
Yeah, we are starting now. So we will start from right to left with initial introductions. 2 minutes per each person. Wait, aren't we missing somebody right now? We're missing the Greens person. Semino TV, where are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's it. That's you. Okay, gotcha. All right, then we will be starting on the debate now. From the right to left, I'm going to give each person 2 minutes. Starting with Semino. Just please introduce yourself, your party, and your general stance. Thank you.
Right. Hello, everybody. Semeno. I'm the secretary of the Greens, and I will be representing the Greens today. The Greens are generally a center to left-wing party, and we want to ensure freedom and equality for everybody. Our general policies are pretty much on the economy right now. That's our pretty general focus. And so we also, because we are the Greens, of course, we have also a program of sustainability. We want to expand Alexandria so that it may prosper. Not only that, everything is full with buildings, everything is gray also, we don't want that. We want that Alexandria looks nice. We want that Alexandria is green. We want a nice and livable city for everybody, and especially for the following generations that will come to Alexandria. We want to ensure they have a chance to rise in this new nation. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you very much. Next, Yoshi, please introduce yourself, your party, and your general policies. You have 2 minutes.
All right, howdy. My name's Mango Yoshi, and I'm here on behalf of the Labor Party. And the Labor Party, insofar, believes that everyone should have the opportunity to prosper here. And it takes a lot to make that happen, especially we're a very fledgling economy right now and a very fledgling government. There's a lot that needs to be done, but I have belief that we as a community are able to pull that together. A lot of the stuff that the Labor Party wishes to focus on is primarily stirring economic development through various social programs and increasing the job market economy. And so things such as UBI and proper job pay are super important to these things. Furthermore, different avenues of having the government strengthen and
No fighting on stage, please. It takes away from the debate. Continue, Mango.
Yeah, sorry about that little ADHD moment there, but we want to stir building in this economy. I want to personally, I would love to see just magnificent builds starting to go up as soon as possible, and I think that there's a lot of things that we can do to help make that happen. Fixing transportation.
30
We all
seconds.
know the system is a little buggy, and also making sure that predatory transactions are, insofar as to be limited. They don't have to be outright banned, but people should know what they're getting into when they're engaging in this economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Malfoy, what party, if any, do you represent?
Yeah, so the name's Moy, actually. Thank you very much. So my name's Moy. I represent the illegitimate royal family of Alexandria. I am the bastard child of King Whackjap, born through an RB sandwich. Don't ask me how that works. And I'm here to represent basically the anti-monarchy and also just independent view of Alexandria. Go back to being a lectern. I don't want to see it. Okay, there you go. Basically, I'm kind of here as like a wild card, if you would say. What did I say? I'm also a part of Labor, by the way. Love Labor, love the speech you gave. Running with them probably, but I'm also, this is royal family wise. I just do my own thing as a royal family here. I just don't really like the monarchy. I'm gonna be fucking honest. Our sister nation over there has something great. They have a president instead of a monarchy. I think monarchs are pretty fucking stupid. That being said, if I ever do inherit the royal line and become king, I'm turning Alexandria into an empire rather than a kingdom. Only best way to do it. Oh, did I mention I'm the chief of staff, by the way, of Parliament, so I love the government. Trying to think what else. General things I want to do: give people more rights, under the Constitution. As you know, I'm suing the crown right now because they didn't want to make me a fucking citizen, and I think that's kind of bullshit. By the way, I am also apparently a citizen now, thanks to back end deals from Parliament, so which I now work for, so which is kind of weird. Trying to think what else. Want better transits. I got a bottle thrown at me when I was on
30
the
seconds.
public train system the other day. Thanks for letting me know. Also want to make the economy better. We're kind of in a depression right now. I think this is worse. My grandfather told me it's worse than 1929, so we're like really fucked if we don't fix this. Also buy a bunch of stocks in Netherite, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, why are you
Okay,
laughing?
that's no reason. No particular reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Twin Sect, what party do you represent?
2 minutes.
I'm Twisket. I represent the Alexandria Liberty Party, also known as the ALP, which is a center-right political party which believes in liberal conservatism with many influences from libertarianism and classical liberalism. We are strong believers in freedom, democracy, and gradual change, while still preserving core traditional values. Gosh, it's hard to talk. The ALP wants to create an Alexandria where people have strong individual freedoms and liberty. We believe we can create an Alexandria which is just and fair for all people. But where people have the freedom to choose what to do for themselves by utilizing policies that put the people first and the individual first. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And Super Whoops, which party do you represent? Or are you just standing there?
I don't know if I'm just standing there. I thought he was representing a party. He said it earlier. I think,
Super Whoops, are you
okay.
muted?
Super
love
Whoops. No, he can't. His mic ain't working. But if you would like, I could. Oh, he's speaking. Okay.
Nah, he's giving a speech, bro. Hold the fuck on. He's talking right now. Let him
Okay,
talk.
okay. I'll read it out for him.
Okay. My co-host Kai will read out the messages.
All right. Can you hear me?
Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
we can hear you now. Okay,
There you go.
cool.
Okay, Super Whoops, your party that you're representing and your general values. 2 minutes. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm the parliamentary party leader of the United Central Party. We believe in mostly centrist ideology. We just took a look at both sides of the spectrum and decided we weren't in agreement with either extreme, so we decided to position ourselves mostly in the center. We believe in just improving quality of life to all citizens, and to do that, we encourage a couple of key pillars, including development, including responsible taxation, and much more, which you can all check out in our newly released party manifesto. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right, that is all for the introductions. Now we will get on to a series of questions that are standard. That we will first start with the ones that have been given to us by the organizer Stormcrafter. We will start with those questions. They will be very general, big ticket items, and then how we will do this is each person will have 2 minutes to explain their party's stance on individual issues, and then we will allow responses from other candidates as necessary. So, Rebel, if you would like to kick off with the first question.
Yes, just let me get my list of questions. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about brass tacks, something that affects us all. And I know the folks at home, they're going to want to hear you talk about this. The economy. What do the panelists here think about that? Starting
Bullshit.
with
Sorry.
do not interrupt us when we're asking questions. Simo, you go first, since we're just going to maintain the order and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Seminar. Yeah. 2 minutes.
Seminar. Sorry.
Okay. So as I already said in my speech before, economy is one of our main points because right now that is the biggest issue for Alexandria. Currently, we already have an implemented UBI, but we want to raise it to £5 per 15 minutes, so that everybody would have a steady income, especially new players, and they have greater opportunities for what jobs they want to choose. We also want to implement social housing, so housing that is funded by the government, that is built by the government, to make sure that we have a balanced rent market and the rents won't rise too high in the future. We would also probably introduce a program to that, which nationalizes, to say, empty plots for a serious amount of time where they haven't been in any sort of productive force. For example, let's say they have been inactive for 2 months, then it doesn't make sense that they continue to just be there because they aren't any sort of productive. They don't give anything to the economy. They can be redistributed to new buyers in that case. We would also one of our plans would be to found a state-owned builder company. Right, a state-owned builder company, because right now, as we want to, like I said, build housing, we of course need builders for that. We could go to the private market for that, which is an option that we are still considering, but I think a state-owned company would be a more reliable partner. So yeah.
Right,
And
that
we
is
also
time.
okay.
Do any of the other panelists have any responses or questions towards Semina Blue, representative of the Greens? Any rebuttals, any responses, any questions? This is where you go.
Yeah, actually, I do have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So why do you think the solution should be more state options when the state is what got us in the economy Great Depression in the first place? Just a question.
I don't think it was the state right now that got us into this depression. It is generally right now the anarchy of the market because there wasn't any state intervention so far. Business, of course, needs subsidization so they can prosper, because right now we only have local businesses, to say, and they can't grow any bigger because people aren't really buying of them things. So I think providing more government jobs with the state-owned company will give people more income, which in turn they can spend, and so generally is positive for the economy and also the private market.
Aye.
All right. All right. Any other questions by any other of the panelists? If not, we will be continuing on. All right then. Rebel, are you there?
Hmm?
All right. We'll go on to the next person then. Yoshi from Labor. Your take on the economy, please. 2 minutes.
So right now the economy is, I would say, we maybe not a depression, but we are definitely in a deflationary period. And what that causes primarily is people to hold on to their money. People don't want to spend because there's not really a lot of ways to make it back in a reasonable amount of time, other than through the limited UBI that we already have and the limited job pay that we already have. And so what this is causing is a lot of people to end up having to, or not having to, they always have the option, but people are more incentivized to go and grab materials from themselves rather than engaging in trade, and this prevents having labor speciation insofar as that, you know, it limits the volume at which things can be produced. And so by pushing more money into the economy through various programs, I really like the idea of government sponsored jobs. I think that those will become important, especially as we want to start building up the land in Alexandria. And so while we are in this deflationary period, it is very possible for us to get out of it. And I think that it will soon enough with the right policies in place.
30 seconds.
And sorry. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Thank you very much. The next panelist is Moy.
What's up? Oh, it's my turn. Yeah.
Yes.
So the economy, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I
thought you
forgot
were
to
gonna say
actually
something.
let the other panelists.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually
Do
respond. to
any
the
of the other
questions
panelists
posted.
have questions in regard to Mango Yoshi's statement or Labor's statement on the economy?
Yeah, we'll take that as a no then.
Okay, Moy, your take on the economy.
Yeah, so anyone that knows me knows that I'm a very straightforward person. And let me tell you right now, everyone up here lied. The economy is bullshit. We're definitely in a depression. I don't know what the fuck these guys are smoking. Where we are in a depression, like greater than anything we've ever seen. And what I find funny is a lot of people up here have been saying government programs is what we need. But I've actually made most of my money through the private market, through stock sharing, thanks to Kai over here. He'll hit him up for some netherite stock. That being said, the private economy has done more for me as a player. And keep in mind, I've been here for like 2 to 3 weeks. Not necessarily the earliest player, obviously, because I had to fight for my citizenship, but also not one of the new players. But even the new players will tell you, getting money in this economy, frankly, sucks dick. And honestly, most of the people have bought up most of the plot lands, like close to where most people shop anyways, which also makes it more bullshit because if people want to sell stuff, people have to go really far away. And without a good transit system, which we don't have, or a good way to get around because not a lot of people have elytras or cars or anything like that, it frankly is really hard to get people to buy out of your shops. I think what we need is only one action of government intervention, and that's an increase in the meager salary we all get for playing on the server. We only get $2. It used to be zero, by the way, and then we got $1, and then our voluptuous king Whack graciously gave us $2.50 or pounds, I guess. Sorry, my bad. To insert into the economy. But let me tell you, I can't even buy bread with $2.50. Frankly, I think we need to increase that to $20, like how we have it on Democracy Craft. Yeah, thank you. And also, that will not only give people more incentive to pump into the economy, but I think people need to start with more money. I think we all start with like what 1,500. I think people need to start with like 3,000, 4,000, really get the economy going. And also the stimulus is really good. We need more people to get things, but yeah, it's in the private sector, not the fucking government sector. We do need more government jobs though. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anybody have any objections to what Moy said, or
I'll go ahead and ask. So you're talking about how, you know,
Who's
if
talking?
oh, sorry, Mango here.
Oh, okay.
So you're talking about how we need the private market is what is going to bring us forward, but you're asking for this larger intervention from the government, and I'm trying to. It feels like there's a disconnect where you want the government, but you want them to be a corporation. I'm not quite understanding your
Yeah. I can
method
clear
of
that
this.
up. Yeah, I can clear that up. So I agree with my fellow
Before you
co-
actually
Yeah,
go ahead, I am going to establish a new thing. We are going to be giving 1 minute for responses to questions.
Okay,
Go ahead.
yeah, don't worry. I'll make this quick. Yeah, for that response, I'll actually clarify my point here because you bring up a good point. Like my fellow comrades here, it's not that I don't think government intervention is the problem, especially like at the start. It's just instead of, having these large government projects that will probably be here for the end of the server's time, I think they should mainly be here for only new players and also players that are like, or for like the first maybe like 2 or 3 months of the server's lifespan, which I think the server's been up for maybe like a month and a half. Maybe keep it around for another 2 months, and then after that, kind of let people or like the stimulus and stuff like that, and other things can go away.
30 seconds.
But yeah, I mean the thing about that is we do need more government intervention right now, specifically with new players. But after that, and besides new players, everyone else should be able to do their own thing. And we shouldn't really have any taxes against people. One of the first things the government passed is a tax law when not a lot of people even had money to do taxes. So it's like, where is the government's real interest here? It's with the fucking rich people because they want to tax them, and not with the people right here who actually
Gonna have
want
to
to
cut you off.
do business. So
All right, thank you very much. Does anybody have any
You're welcome.
questions? Anybody else? I mean, all right, we'll take that as a no. Next person is going to be Twisted. Your take on the economy. 2 minutes.
Well, firstly, I believe that the government needs to reform the tax system. I think that we pay way too much taxes, especially people who don't have as high balances. I'm talking about balance tax. Sorry. So what we need to do? We need to have a gradual system with people with higher balances pay higher taxes. People with low balances pay lower taxes. I think the maximum tax is. Should be what the tax is now, 2%. But I believe people under a certain level shouldn't pay any taxes at all, so they can keep their money. What I also believe is that I believe we need an independent central bank, as it is shown that knowledgeable people with experience who will probably lead to a better economy. The central bank needs to be free of political experience as well. Political influence. Sorry. I also believe the government needs to minimize its unnecessary spending, which means I believe we should cut UBI for everyone except new players. Players who've joined within the last week, within a week, should receive UBI as they need an economic boost. And increasing UBI would actually be detrimental to the economy, as people will not work. They will not get jobs. They'll simply live off the UBI they get, which is not good for the economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions or responses?
yeah, I actually have a question. If no one else has a question,
who's speaking? Sorry.
Moy here. So my question is, why do you propose that we should? I mean, your main thing is that we shouldn't really have any taxes, which I kind of agree with you on, but I don't think anyone here, at least me, I haven't, has paid any taxes because we're all broke as fuck. So why would we reform tax when none of us are even getting taxed? And I do agree with you about the central bank, by the way. That's something that I didn't really bring up. I agree with you on that. But do you think? I guess my second point to that is: do you think people should be able to take loans from a central bank? Because I think that would be important to starting business on the server. So yeah, go ahead.
That's not actually something I've thought about. But loans from a central bank could be pretty interesting, and it would could possibly boost the economy. Although I'm not sure, as I haven't thought about this earlier.
Oh, and then my first question about the tax system. Sorry.
Oh yes. Sorry. What was that again?
Why do you think we need to reform taxes so early, even though people aren't getting taxed?
Well, I believe the people who are getting taxed, many of them pay too much taxes, and of course, I believe that richer people should pay more taxes than people with less wealth. But many people who pay taxes pay way too much. They lose too much of their money, so they would keep more of their money, which they can later spend on things which will improve the economy.
All right. Does anybody else have
Ask
any
my
questions?
question. Yes, I have.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Why should we lower taxes when the government is still not that rich? And I have seen the budgeting for some things which are extremely low to what you would essentially need in this economy to be able to do the tasks.
Snow. Are you a lectern or a candidate?
No, they're my
Both
lectern.
now. I am second part of Mo.
Well, I believe that both.
Here, I'll pay you $100 to just be my lectern.
All right. Continue.
I can see why you're illegitimate there.
Well, I believe that.
Whoa! What does that mean? Hey, intervention from the moderator here. I think that's bad. That's bad practice.
All right. Well, I guess we'll take a second until the servers restarts.
So
May I respond, please?
Okay, so I guess we'll just continue this without in-game stuff then.
Just for a moment until the server comes
Why not
back.
just resume? Why not just resume when the server comes back? It should only be like.
Yeah, I would be on that side of just taking a small break until the server.
Yeah, the midterm. This is the midterm. The midterm.
How long is this still gonna go on for?
Probably a while, considering the amount of people and questions.
I'm asking for a pay raise now.
Motherfucker, I already paid you $200. Be a good lectern and
No,
what the fuck up.
I'm also security. I count as security.
The two moderators here are not even getting paid, so.
Yeah, we're not getting paid.
Well, yeah, but you guys do it out of necessity, okay? My lectern here is getting paid, okay?
I don't do it out of
you, that'd be like
I do it out
bribery.
of the love of the game.
Exactly. So then if I paid you, that would just be a bribe. I'm not bribing my lectern. I'm just paying them for doing the job. You see, I've pumped more money into the economy than any of these motherfuckers. I pay people to sit in front of me, okay? Like, that's all I'm saying.
Red Star Press is refusing to make a comment on that.
Hey, Snow, agree. Hey, Snow, you like your $200, right? That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, exactly.
And wait to gamble this all away or something
all
like
right,
that.
the server's
Oh, no, I want you to go gamble it. You know what? I will pay you another $100 to go gamble it away.
All right, the server's back, guys. Everybody? Okay,
but what if I win money back?
All right.
Oh, then you get to keep it and put it back into the economy, of course. Sorry.
Okay, we're starting back up.
Yeah, we're starting back up, but a member of the audience asked a quite reasonable question. Will they be able to ask questions at some point? I'm kind of
at the end I would say
yes, at the end.
Yeah, at the end they should be able to. You guys should be able to ask your questions specifically.
Right. Okay. Back to being a camera.
All right. So you said, well, you can respond to the last question now.
Yes, well, I believe that both people should be able to grow their wealth and keep the money, as well as the government, which is why I want the government to minimize its spending, which is also why I believe that UBI should only be for players who have joined within a week.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any other questions for Honorable Twisted here, or? All right, I'll take that as a no. We will be continuing on forward with the next candidate. Super Hope, can you please give us your take on the economy?
So I won't go into too much detail on some stuff because most of it has already been said. But I agree that we're living in a deflationary period, and more so, we're starting a depression, which is basically where there's less money circulating. People are
Amen.
not willing to spend their money, you know? So to fix this, we would implement a couple of key reforms. Firstly, we would incentivize small and medium enterprises through government grants. So if a country, if a business is leading innovation, we would give them a grant to continue their activity. For UBI, we agree with having UBI for everyone. We agree that it's important. It shouldn't be the main, source of income for people. So we think it's fine where it is at £2.50. Yeah, we agree with the central bank as well. That's a good point that people have brought up. I think it's
Thank you.
pretty, that's pretty common across the political spectrum. Also, we don't really know what our money is worth. We don't know what the pound is worth. So what we want to do is do a study by the Ministry of Trade and Finance to discover what exactly is the purchasing power parity, or PPP, between Alexandria and Redmont, and that will give us a better idea of what we can make our exchange rate look like. Because currently people, or at least a month ago when the server was starting, it was pretty skeptical transfer of money, and that's pretty detrimental because people don't know what their money's worth, so people get scammed. So I think this could
All right, I'm gonna
really
have
be
to
a great way.
there.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Does anybody, any of the panelists or anybody from the audience have any questions or rebuttals?
I have some questions.
Who's
Go
speaking?
ahead.
Greenish 9 from the audience.
Let's fucking go Greenish.
All right. Let me pull up my notes. Okay.
Oh damn, bro's got notes.
First of all, why do you think that deflation is a part of the issue with the economy instead of just solely the lack of circulation?
Well,
You have 1 minute to answer.
sorry.
You have 1 minute to answer.
Oh, okay. Well, normally with inflation, what happens is prices go up, right? What's happening here is prices are actually going down because people are willing to pay less and less for their goods. That's basically what we think is happening. Although it's important to note that we don't actually know this with 100% certainty because we don't have any real statistics of the state of the economy. So I wouldn't be able to give you like a definite answer on what's the state of the economy. But I think, and most people think, that we're living in a deflationary period as well as starting of a depression.
All right, thank you.
I mean, what you just described is supply, but that's okay. All right. Second of all, I want to know why you believe that UBI and grants will make the economy start working if people already aren't spending money on things, and that's the problem of the downturn with our economy.
Yeah, well, we have the UBI, and I think people did spend more money when it was implemented and when it was raised to £2.50. And grants would just incentivize more supply. So there would be more things and prices. Sorry?
They don't incentivize spending though.
All right. I don't want this to become a back and forth, so I'm going to, I think, cut this off here.
All right.
Also, like, I've just noticed we've got some new audience members, and like, so was like, did the SKP receive an invite to the debate? Like, and were they planning on joining the
Yeah,
folks?
is there an SKP representative? Because everybody received an invite. Okay. Well, I suppose we'll continue down then. What is the if Rebel, if you do the honors for the next question?
Okay, next question. So we've talked about the economy, and the next question was going to be taxes, but we've talked about taxes. So next round of questions is law and order, police forces, and gun restrictions. So let's start from the right side to the left.
All right. Yep. Semino, you have 2 minutes to give us your take.
So law and order is very important for every civilization. So of course, we already have a police force, but I think we need a strong one to ensure that Alexandria keeps being a stable nation. We have an interest in developing a strong police force that is also, sorry, I have a hiccup right now. We also want to establish a sort of anti-corruption unit for law and order that investigates the state institutions. That I think is a very important step to also keep the orderly part of the government. Because right now there are no measures in place in which we can curb this corruption that could potentially happen. So I think it is very important that we establish this unit. We right now don't have any more policies, I have to honestly say, but we are, to keep it short, for a strong police force that keeps the law and order of this wonderful nation, and we want to establish a unit of anti-corruption. That is all for now.
Anybody have any critiques of that? Nope. Mango Yoshi, what's Labour's take on law and order, police force, gun restrictions?
So, starting at the gate, I believe that gun restrictions we should not have guns in Alexandria right now, and I'll hesitantly say for a long time, because frankly, guns have kind of made the experience in Redmont a bit of a pain. If you've ever been randomly gunned down in the street, you know what I'm talking about. And so keeping guns in Redmont is probably a significant priority. Furthermore, I totally agree, and I'm glad that Semino talked about this, but keeping the police accountable is a very important thing, because we've recently had alleged acts of detectives paying other detectives to cover up murders committed by the government, by the police force, by the detectives, and we just can't have that happen. That's totally unacceptable. Furthermore, the more enforcement mechanisms that we have, the more deterrence there will be, because right now I know that 3D can attest to this whole thing of like there's so much random violence, especially at 3D's stock exchange, and we can't be letting that happen. People should be able to trade without fear, and so both empowerment and accountability are important to our police force.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Just two things. One, please stop bouncing. Thank you. Just got word that the SKP is sent a representative, and that representative is Greenish 9. So Greenish 9, please make your way
fucking
to
go. Sorry. That's my man.
But okay, so does anybody have any questions about Flavor Party's and Mango Yoshi's stance on Law and Order?
Me.
Anyone?
Me.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so
You have
Moy
1
for
minute.
yeah, so I know this is my own party, but I don't think this is the party stance. You know, I guess what do you why would you say ban guns and ban these things that people can protect themselves when not only have political events been ravaged by terrorists, but also there's been numerous terrorist attempts from Rye and Nazareth and some of these other people out in the outback, and they have no means to protect themselves because these people all have netherite gear like all y'all have netherite gear. Guns are an easy way to get people. You know, they're dead. You know what? That stops any player, new or old, from going on your property. I think, what do you have to say about all these attacks that could have easily been prevented with guns?
They would have been only accentuated by guns further. You talked about Nays, but Nays is one of the largest arms traffickers on Redmont. If you want guns, he is the guy to go to for guns. You know, if we have unrestricted, proliferation of guns, sure, he may have been deported, but when he wasn't, still had just as much opportunity. I mean,
I
these
would like to
people are
intervene.
wealthy and will. Oh,
30 seconds.
With Nos, that's kind of bullshit because Nos, I have never seen him actually do a deal, and I have sit like
Okay.
hours watching his every move as a police officer. He does nothing. He pays people with money he got from scams, and he actively shoots detective and police officers through a glitch through windows and stuff with guns.
So,
Okay, I just want to say that we should reframe the debate again away from NAS, and this is more about gun violence and gun restrictions, law and order, policing. Like,
more
remember,
than that, please refrain from jumping into the conversation without in your turn. So Yoshi, would you like to continue what you were saying? Because you still technically had about 20 seconds more.
yeah, I'd like to just sort of continue. It's like guns. They even with full netherite armor, they kill very quickly, and frankly, I mean, we think that terrorist attacks are bad now. Imagine during a rally, someone came in with a automatic weapon and just gunned everyone down. You wouldn't
I'm
even
gonna
have time to
cut you
react.
off here. Thank you very much. Does anybody else have any rebuttals or questions?
Could the SKP respond?
Sorry?
I said, could the SKP respond?
Do you wish to respond?
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Greenish.
Yeah. I guess to say to
Oh,
that
no,
is,
Mike. Mike, I wasn't talking
I was
to you.
gonna
I was
say.
talking to Green. Greenish, can you?
Oh yeah, go ahead,
and
Green. Go
answer.
ahead, Green.
Okay. So what I'd like to say is I think you brought up a very interesting point. These guns are gonna kill people even if they have netherite. And why is it such a problem to you that that's a thing? Because that allows people to be protected. Like you don't
Let
need full
him
netherite
cook.
armor to be protected.
Boy, I'm gonna
Everybody
have
can
to
have a
ask you
gun and
to
everybody can live safe in Alexandria.
Storm. Yeah, Storm, you can't just DM me or say something if you need to say right now.
As I was saying, with the guns, everybody can be safe in Alexandria. You're not threatened by some dude in netherite armor who got his money illegally because you have a gun.
All right, Greenish, I'm gonna have to cut you off. Yoshi, would you like to respond?
Yeah, and I'd just like to respond with, once again, sure. I mean, if we're talking about like maybe limited guns weapons, even then I still find myself opposed. But the problem is that guns, like, they just make doing random shooting very easy and dare I say, like, what's the word? Not lucrative, but there's a certain eye that criminals attach to them. And unfortunately, do you think new players can afford guns? Because they
30
are
seconds.
the current recipes in Redmont are not the cheapest, and furthermore, they require armor positions. Do you think that new players will have the capacity and or the wherewithal to buy guns? I just don't believe that it's a war of attrition.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. Thank you very much. Moy, you've already asked a question. Is your new question significantly different than your first?
No, we can just move on. It's for the sake of time.
All right. Stormcraft, if you have a question, you can go ahead with it now. And that'll be the last question we'll take before we go on because I don't wanna.
What was it still inquiring to Mango Yoshi or was it inquiring to Greenish?
It will be inquiring to Yoshi right now.
Okay, then I'm going to wait. I think I lost.
Gotcha.
Wait, who exactly was speaking in
No,
the
no worries.
pass?
Okay. Then we will be moving on to the next panelist. Moy, your take on the Law and Order.
Yeah. Let me start off by saying this. A new player will have infinitely amount harder time defeating a player with netherite armor and a netherite axe without guns than with guns. Because let me tell you, as a new player, because keep in mind, I've only been here for like 2 or 3 weeks. As a new player, multiple times I got killed by people with netherite with no means to defend myself simply because I was new. And they can attack you anywhere. Detectives didn't do nothing about it. Someone murdered me right in front of a detective, and they said, well, I got better things to do. So to say that guns would actually, enhance crime, I think that's bullshit. Let me tell you right now, I shot up half of Congress on Redmont. I'll admit it. I shot up half of Congress on Redmont without any necessity whatsoever. And it was really easy as fuck because I was able to do it. You want to know what stopped me in the gang? Guns. Okay, let me tell you, guns stopped us faster than any netherite axe would have done. And to say law and order is needed, yeah, law and order is needed, but you know who's going to protect themselves better than a detective who's going to get on like 5 hours after you filed the ticket? Yourself with an AK-47 at your arm. Thank you very much.
All right. Does anybody have any responses, rebuttals? I don't want to linger on the same topic of too much, so I would really appreciate it.
Now I can talk about what I wanted to say prior.
If I may just add like a quick 30-second response to this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's more of going to be more of a rebuttal than a response, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say. So first of all, the way you were able to shoot up a session of Congress is by
Allegedly.
having a gun. No, you just admitted to it. You cannot just go allegedly now.
Oh, well,
Unless you want to
I have to
retract
say
that.
allegedly in regards to my lawyers, so allegedly.
Okay, so you're not gonna be able to do that with a sword or a bow. You're just not going to be able to. Thank you, Pepe. And
Yeah,
so,
I did.
Can I?
So you did, and so what method do you use? You used a gun. It's
because you can't shoot with a sword.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, order. Okay, you guys are clearly this is not a this is going circular. We're just going in circles about the same topic on whether guns will increase or decrease the amount of violence. So I think we'll be continuing ahead unless if somebody has an alternative question to ask.
Can I just rebut to that since he kind of made a personal attack towards me? I feel like I should have a,
I'm going to deny that because
Okay, well,
like
Storm
I said,
also
we are
has a
going
question.
circularly. Storm, go ahead with your question, please.
So now I can ask what I wanted to do. What do you think will it achieve for people to have guns? If you say they need guns for protection, well, that is completely the wrong thing, because if you need to give them something that kills other people for protection, not something that defenses, you could also say everyone has a right to get state-sponsored armor or something. No, what you want is to give people a gun, but that also gives the attackers
okay,
a gun.
There was an assault there. There was an assault there.
Yeah, because he's in my fucking face.
Yeah, like, okay, Storm, like, stay like opposite of the lectern, and don't result to like actual violence.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I mean, yeah, let me just tell you, it would have been faster with a gun. I'll tell you that much. But go ahead.
No.
All right, Storm, is that your question?
That's if the state has failed to protect you, if you need a gun to protect yourself, you should not need a gun, and giving people guns is the wrong solution because it just makes attacking others harder.
All right, Mo, you're
All right,
gonna
can I
have
respond?
1 minute to respond to that. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let me tell you 2 things. clearly the state has already failed to protect people because not only has there been one, not two, but 3 terrorist attacks in the last, what, 2 weeks? Greenish, what has it been? 2 weeks? It's been the last 2 weeks, 3 terrorist attacks. So clearly the state has been terrible at protecting ourselves without, or protecting us without guns. Secondly, I don't know why people are so against adding guns. It just adds another market for the economy to prosper. We're all talking about, that's why let me shift this away from just strictly guns. The economy would be way better if people had something else to trade, something that was job specific that could be made by the government, and something that would allow the economy to prosper. Let me just tell you, I think that this would be not only a safety for citizens, but it would be a safe arm for the economy to stand on while we build up the economy proper. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions towards Moy? Again, I would like to reemphasize that it should be more unique questions. I don't want to circle on the same topic over and over again.
Let the people speak.
All right, I'm gonna take that as a no. So we'll be continuing on to the next person, which is Twisted. What is your take on Law and Order? Reminder, this is also about guns as well, but it is also about generally keeping order. So go ahead, Twisted. You have 2
Well,
minutes to take your point.
I agree with Moifer and Greenish. I believe we should make guns legal, as they could definitely protect citizens from potential bad actors. I also think that we should really try to strengthen and build up our police force, as law and order is very important in any society, as others have said before me. And I also believe we should increase the punishment on multiple crimes, such as killing, as that will de-incentivize people to commit the horrendous act of murder. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will be taking questions. Sorry, Rebel, am I doing too much?
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Like, I guess the next. Does anybody have any questions on Twisette's?
Yeah, the public, Perpetuate, the public can ask questions right now to the specific points that the panelists make. If you have a question, you can write it in the chat or unmute yourself and ask. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions?
Excuse me, I just say I have to go. I'd like to thank everyone for a very nice debate, and yeah, goodbye.
All right. Thank you for participating.
Okay. Thank you for speaking.
All right, then we'll skip Twisted as he's gone, and we'll go on to Super. What is your take on law and order and gun policy?
Sure. So let me start off by mentioning gun policy. The UCP does not agree that guns should be legal, and this is only because it would disproportionately affect the poorer players who are also newer players. Because I mean, what do you think a new player, is going to think when a person comes up to them in full netherite armor, and then on top of that, an AK-47? I don't think it should be a right. And although Moy made a good point that it would open up another area in the market, I think we can do that with other items that are not, weapons. So that's on guns specifically. And then on police presence, I mean, I think just raising the salary of police officers will incentivize better, more maybe more dedicated players to take on that role and improve security. And then finally, the UCP believes in a small but well-trained military to defend Alexandria. Thank you. And also, I do need to step out as well, but thank you everyone for your attention. I will take questions before I go though.
All right, does anybody from the audience or other panelists have any questions or rebuttals for Super? All right, I'll take that as a no. Thank you very much, Super, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, we'll go on to the next person, which is Greenish representing the SKP, right?
Yes.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
all right, Rebel, if you would like to ask the question.
Hmm?
Rebel, if you'd like to reiterate the question. 'Cause it's
Right.
been a while.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah. Thank you for acknowledging that I exist here. Very
Sorry,
honored.
I'm so sorry.
So okay, Greenish. So you did interject from the audience, but now you're on the pulpit, so we can ask this like properly and get this Sovereign Kingdom party. That's what you represent, I. Yes. What the Sovereign Kingdom's party's policy is in regards to police forces and gun restriction or gun policy. What's their take, and what's your take?
Right. So I think something that my fellow candidates here kind of forgotten to discuss is that when we're looking at law and trying to ensure order in the city, we need to look at this from a holistic perspective. And so I'm just going to take you through every stage of justice and how we're going to fix it. First of all, with the cops that are going to be arresting, but also the rest of the government, we want to enact a public code sector of ethics so we can properly prosecute them for doing something wrong. We want to create a bar for lawyers to license them and to make sure we have proper legal counsel, which includes creating a public defender program for those who can't afford it. We want to make a comprehensive civil code of action so we can actually protect businesses commercially as well. We want to, additionally, going back to guns and stuff, we believe that because guns raise the level of violence, and I know that sounds kind of weird, but it raises violence to a level of lethality where you have to respect the people around you. Because that's what guns do. And I think someone brought up new players very interesting. What are new players going to do? They're going to struggle. Because the reason the economy is struggling right now is because no one has any needs. No one has any reason to spend money. Bringing things like guns in, where you need to be investing in this, how this is part of the way you're living, that's what's going to fix this economy. That's what's going to fix this country. Thank you.
Okay, does anybody have any questions from either the audience or from the pulpit?
What a based fucking
Electors?
answer.
Anyone have any questions at all for Greenish's stance there?
Yeah, all right, I think we can move to the next question. If you want to
Okay,
do that, please.
next question, Samoy. So, we're in a brand new country that's only been around for a month, and obviously, this is for everybody, not just Samoy. Constitution and the monarchy. What do we think of it? What makes your party different to others? Feel free to discuss, and I'm going to start with Samoy.
Semino.
Semino.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
wait,
think
are you
that-
saying me or are you saying Semino?
Semino Blue. What's your what is
You have
your party's stance?
2 minutes.
1 minute. 2 minutes, sorry, 2 minutes.
Well, generally, as a left-wing party, of course, we think that every citizen is equal. We are all born equal. We shouldn't be higher just because of our birthright or so. So we generally have an anti-monarchy stand, and we are pro-democratic republic. We want the people to be involved in the process. We want an active democracy, not just where people vote, but also where people can easily find positions where they can express their opinions. So we would like to get democracy down to the base level and not just in the parliament. People should be able to express their opinions and defend their arguments in lower levels, in basically lower levels of governance, and not just the upper echelons of the parliament. So we also believe that right now we have a constitutional monarchy. We should further limit this monarchy and maybe potentially also just get rid of it altogether because it goes against the basic democratic values of equality. That's for it.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for the Green Party? Or any rebuttals? Yeah, so anyone got any questions for the Green Party in regards to what their policy is on the monarchy and constitution? Okay, I'm going to take that silence as a no. Labour Party, you're next. Mango Yoshi, you have 2 minutes for the Labour Party's policies on monarchy and the constitution.
Thank you. So frankly, I believe that we need more power coming back into our representatives. I think that our current system of royal assent is fundamentally broken because we have a king who currently chooses to withhold assent for very minor things and very odd requests, in my opinion. And I feel like, you know, it's just, it kind of hinders our progress when these sorts of things get gummed up in the works. And furthermore, I feel like this, I feel like our current monarchical representation is not that great. I find various character issues with Whackjap, and I feel like even um, even if we are to have a ceremonial head of state, it should be someone that we can look up to, not someone that is going to be demeaning and belittling our own citizens. So I think that, restoring his power back is the easiest way to sort of fight what our monarch has become. And so that's why I agree with Semino on a lot of that stuff in terms of just improving our representation. I feel like that's core tenet of labor.
Anybody have any questions in reaction to the questions or rebuttals in regards to Labour's policy there? Oh, okay, go on. What's your question, Pepichu?
It's Peppa Sue.
Pepisu, sorry, Pepisu. What is the question from Pepisu? We shall find out.
So how's y'all's days going? Or just fucking ignore me?
Okay, sorry, who was
I'm
that?
doing good.
I said, how's y'all's days going?
Good, but that's not related to the debate.
Oh, we got time to spare. Peppa Sue's typing.
Okay, I guess people are doing good. I'm doing good. You can feel the tension in the room here. Okay, I'll read out Pepper Sue's question regarding the king. Given his positive legacy in Redmond and moderate approval rating, why does the Labour Party believe that he can't be removed by constitutional methods?
Hi, Niam.
I never, I didn't mean to insinuate that it's not possible to remove him by constitutional methods. I just think that even even with I even with the ability to remove him, I feel like there is still harms. Like even though there are methods of accounting for it, it's not enough to counteract some of the harms that have been brought about.
Right. Okay. Okay. So PSU Papasu has said okay, thank you. And I guess, does anybody else have any questions in regard to Labour's stance on that? Also, I would ask that Greenish not ask the other panelists to join the party whilst we're having this debate. Just because this is you know, a debate about, you know, policy and stuff, and I feel that that is not the appropriate platform. Apparently, a representative of the Alexandrian Foundation Party is wanting to join the stage. My co-host, is that okay?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm assuming you should allow it. It's ultimately up to Storm, but
Yeah, Storm, would that be okay if a member of the Alexandrian Foundation Party joined the thing, the stage? Yep. Okay. Come on through. Nimiku, is it from the Alexandrian Foundation Party? Does anybody have any, like, I guess does Alexander, sorry. Okay, let's move on to next person, because I've not got any, you know, signals that there's any questions. Moy, you mentioned that you're the illegitimate heir, so I imagine this question is going to be, you know, pretty big for you. What are your thoughts on the monarchy and the Constitution?
Yeah, I mean, it hits pretty home. You know, that's my dad. No, but in reality, I think it's no secret that I really fucking hate the king. I hate the monarch. My first plot, my only plot, is next to the train station, and it says "fuck the king, come visit sometime." Everyone's invited. And not only have I killed him once, I've killed him twice, actually, even though he is my dad. I have his head on a pike, by the way. Y'all should come see it. I really just don't like the monarchy. Frankly, I think there's better versions of government. You know, it's not that I hate Whack. I just don't like the monarchy system. I mean, I love Whack. He's my dad. I mean, he's kind of an idiot. He fucked an Arby's sandwich and had me, but you know, we're not complaining here, are we? As far as the Constitution, let me tell you, no one else here knows the Constitution better than me. Actively suing the crown right now over my rights, and have been for the last 3 weeks. I read the Constitution up and down, and frankly, I think the crown every day tramples on our Constitution. Let's be fucking honest. I mean, even my right honorable friend here, Greenish, fucking love the guy right here. He involved in my case. Jesus Christ, I should be angry at him, but I love the dude to death. He's right here next to me. But yeah, so I really don't like not the Constitution, the monarchy. I want to reform the Constitution so that way we can have a democracy, a democratic republic specifically. Yeah, that's my view on the Constitution. We need more rights. The rights of non-player or non-citizens have been violated. That's what I'm suing for. And we need more protections against tyranny. And yeah, that being said, though, if I ever do become the king, we're turning this bitch into an empire. But that's probably not going to happen. So,
okay, does anybody have any questions for Moy? Like, or any rebuttals from any of the parties?
Snow asked me if we can turn it into a republic. I said sure. FYI.
Okay, right. Okay, so Snow. Okay, fine. Anybody have any questions from the public or from the lecterns?
No one wants to ask me about my daddy issues. I don't like my dad. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so no. Okay, right. Right. Okay. I guess next person is Greenish. We will get to NimQ, but we're just going, you know, through the order and stuff. So Greenish, you represent the Sovereign Kingdom Party. Obviously, the Constitution and the monarchy are very important issues for that party. So I imagine you do have a stance, and your party has a stance. What are those for the general public and the voters?
Yes. So my fellow candidate here, I think it was Seven, brought something very interesting. We also believe that everybody should be equal. But should we?
But is crazy.
But should we? No.
Sorry.
But should we be taking people's equality under the law?
Why? Come on.
Like,
Right.
if people have worked hard and they've gotten positions and they've done great things for our country, should we take that away from them? For example, the king. He's done great things for this country. And I think something we're missing here is it's not an unfair bestowing of power. Regardless of what you think of him, he's still liable to the law, and we could remove him democratically anytime if we wanted. But his power of review has significantly improved the laws of his country. And additionally, I'd also like to make a statement on the state of the Constitution, in that, yes, we do need to encourage equality, but we need to worry about other rights too. You can't just write everybody needs to be equal. You need to say everybody has the right to bear arms. Everybody has the right to engage in commercial activity so that we can truly protect our people. And I just think that removing all the good that the king has done from this country, just because we might not like him personally, is not only unfair, but goes against the core values of justice in this kingdom. Thank you.
Got a small clap there. So does anybody have any question? Does anybody have
do.
any questions or rebuttal?
I do. Am I called upon?
Yeah.
Wait, what's with the sigh? Okay, I've been nothing but
Sorry,
but
no. No, like, sorry, I just had to breathe,
Alright,
okay?
let's get
Sorry.
on with it. Let's
Jeez,
get on.
okay. Jesus, okay, I understand the viewpoint of this thing now. But anyways, hold on, my headphones died real quick. Give me a moment. Hold on. Shitty headphones. Hold on. Shitty headphones. Hold on. Shitty headphones. Okay, I'm back. Anyways, so my boy here explains that it's okay for people that have done noble things to be rewarded. Let me tell you, monarchy is nothing but dick riding in disguise. Okay, this motherfucker would give up all of our rights to some guy that plays Rocket League 24/7. Okay, it's not even a good game. Okay, let me be honest.
You are not asking a question. You are making another statement, and
Well, no, it's a rebuttal. It's a rebuttal.
yeah, but you're quite just saying the same things that you have. You're circling around, and you're using a lot of strong words there. I'm gonna have to ask you to
Yeah, like,
be
remember,
constructive with your rebuttal.
Okay, my bad. Okay, I will ask this then. Why should our rights come from a person instead of a strongly worded constitution, especially when the crown will eventually pass on to someone who hasn't done anything at all?
All right, now that's solid. Would
okay.
you like to answer?
Next one.
Okay, so, like,
Finish. Yeah. The answer to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So,
Yeah.
so
I
our
was, sorry, yeah, I know that Stormcraft wanted to say something, but, I guess we're going to Greenish now.
No, Greenish is responding to what
Oh, Greenish is responding. Okay, go on.
go on.
So I think, I don't mean this badly, but I don't think Moifer here understands how the monarchy works. Obviously, our rights do come from the institution of the crown, but the king himself is a member of that, which, again, as I said, anytime can be removed democratically. And additionally, I didn't say that people should be rewarded for doing noble things. I said we shouldn't punish people for doing good. Just as we shouldn't tax the rich because they've done the most for us and punishing them. We shouldn't punish the king for making sure our laws are in order and keeping our parliament in check. And I'm sorry for believing that we need a system of checks and balances in this country. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Oh,
So, Stormcraft, did you have any questions in Moy's statement? I think that's who we were on at the moment.
No, to greenish.
To greenish. Greenish. Okay. What was your
You
your
say
thing?
that,
1
for
minute.
example, it wouldn't be fair to take power from him. But, well, we need power to be distributed. We want the power to be exercised by the people, not by a God-given emperor that stands above the law. He isn't equal before the law, and our right of equality is not like. And if he is really a good king and he should hold that position as like a president democratically elected, then he would be elected. The people would elect him, but right now he is not elected, and he is not a democratic, and he is not a democratic official. Like, I don't see what's your point is that we are not supposed to punish him. We are not punishing him specifically. We don't have something against him. We have something against the institution of the crown. Don't think it should exist, because the crown inherently is unfair.
Okay. Greenish. Do you want to reply to that, or should we move
Yes.
on?
I do have a rebuttal for this. I would just like to ask Stormcraft if he believes that bureaucrats are undemocratic as well, because just like the king, they're unelected officials who work for the government and do things such as. Actually, I'm not gonna say that, but they're unelected officials who work for the government, who all of their positions have. Like the king's job is to review laws and be the head of the state. You know, the crown councils for the Department of Justice sue the government. Should all those officials be elected as well, directly by the people?
Well, those officials are answering to elected officials. The crown is not answering to anyone.
The crown answers to the Constitution.
Okay, so my co-host has had to go offline. This is fine. Like, I'm going to move the question of the Constitution and the monarchy to Nimiku, who is representing the Alexandrian Foundation Party. Am I right? Nim, are you present? You're muted, by the way, just in case. You know. Nimq. I'm not getting a response, am I? Okay. Right. Okay. That's awkward. I can understand why someone might be AFK. Okay. So, Nim, are you like? If I'm giving you like 30 seconds to appear. Yeah, I'm suggesting that we pass Nim, but I'm giving some time. Actually, yeah, okay, we're gonna pass Nim. So I guess the next question is about foreign policy. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Because obviously we've got a lot of ex-Redmonters here, and we've got a lot of Alexandrians here. And you know, people want to have different policies in relation to that. Semino? What's the Green Party's stance? And I probably said the name wrong.
It's okay. Most people speak it out wrong. We the Greens
Oh, Nim's back.
officially.
Nim's back. Okay, yeah, go on.
Shall I continue or do we go back to Nim?
I'll continue, and then Nim can go next.
Okay. So, Right now, we haven't, I'll be honest, we haven't a concrete foreign policy, but we have the basis. We want to work together with Redmond. We want a friendly foreign policy. We want to be perceived as a friendly nation. And we want to start exchange programs with Redmond. We don't want to isolate ourselves. And we generally want to be cooperative. That's just the basis. We haven't formulated any concrete projects yet, I have to be honest, because that wasn't our main focus. But we are generally for a friendly foreign policy that works together with Redmond and ensures a continuous growing stability of both our nations.
Okay, okay. Does anybody have any questions in regards to that, or either by the audience or by the panel? Any rebuttals? Go on, Pep. What is the question? Okay, so I'm going to verbally say this. Does the Greens have a timeline to which they would like to establish foreign relations with Redmond?
We don't have an official timeline, but we want to do it as soon as possible, like ASAP basically, because I think it is just most beneficiary when we do it as soon as possible.
Okay, okay. Okay, right. That's great. I'm going to move on to NIMQ. What's your party's thoughts on the on foreign relations?
So, our foreign
and foreign
relations,
policy?
our policy on foreign relations is we want tariffs, reasonable tariffs, um, just anywhere from outside of Alexandria. That would include Redmont and possibly now up for discussion, the Outback. And we don't we want to protect Alexandria's economy. We don't want it to be flooded with Redmont. That's the reason for having tariffs. We also do not want to completely isolate ourselves. And that is for our full policy for trade. Regarding defense, we want to have, you probably just covered this in the debate already, but for defense, we want to have a small defensive military.
Right, okay. Does anybody have any questions or rebuttals to that? That's a good question from Uni. How would a military actually work in Minecraft?
Oh, you would have a general, obviously, and a military system along with that. And then you would just have hire people to be in the military. I have not discussed anything about drafts or such. I don't have any comments on that part. However, you just have people, have weapons, and that is a military. That is a staff question.
So I'm just going to read that out for the folks at home. Okay, how would any sort of war actually work? We're on different servers. Okay, so does anybody have any rebuttals to Nim on that, or we done and moving on to labor? Looks like we're not getting any takers for any questions. Go on.
Oh, no, sorry, no question.
No question. Okay. Mango, what's Labour's policy on foreign policy, basically?
So I think establishing proper trade channels with Redmont is very crucial to success between the two, and I'm excited to open up these avenues. But right now, but that's going to take time to establish. And right now, the big thing that we have to focus on in terms of foreign policy is exchange. Foreign exchange is a very controversial topic in the server for a very good reason. And quite frankly, I feel like the biggest part is that we should not full blown restrict foreign exchange. It does have a place, but it does have to be regulated because it's very easy for players who are unfamiliar with the proper exchange rates, and also new players in general who aren't quite sure of how the process works. They're very ripe to get ripped off. They're very ripe to lose all of their starting balance. Excuse me. My apologies. To someone who's seeking to take advantage of that. And frankly, we cannot let that happen.
Okay, does anybody have any rebuttal? And I would also ask for decorum on the stage, please. Apparently Mr. Royalty was not informed of the debate. Right, okay. Well, I'm sorry for that. As the moderator, I'm sorry for that. But there's nothing I can really do. I'm just moderating the debate. Does anybody have any questions in regards to Labour's policy? No? No? Okay, Moi, I guess it's your go. You seem to have got more people.
Yeah, I just have a plethora of people here wanting to gravitate towards me. It's great. No, but actually, these are amazing people here. I'll pay this guy $100 for being my step stool. I guess I don't know what that is. Yes, I did. Okay, sorry. You can start my time now. Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things that people here, and I think on live brought it up. How the hell would a military work? I am not going to spend taxpayer money on a system to give people special government roles to make them feel special and think that they're a part of a military. In reality, a military would never work. There's no proper plug-in or anything for it.
Shit.
And okay. And frankly, when it comes to foreign trade, I would argue that's the one thing keeping the economy afloat right now. DC is ready to open with open arms, accept any trade deals and any trade negotiations we've had. I've talked to multiple parties on DC about it. They're more than happy to accept foreign exchange and foreign trade. Why is it such a big debate here? I think it should be an open thing. It should be an open policy. If we regulate it and outlaw it, then people are just going to do it through the black market, and people are going to be more at threat to be scammed and be prosecuted when it was never a problem in the first place. And frankly, I've seen more people profit through foreign trade here than I have seen through actual trading, because as we know, no one wants to buy anything right now. So they trade through DC money or DC stocks. So yeah, so that's
Okay, you have 30 seconds.
Yeah, I give it the rest of my time.
Okay, right. Does anybody have any questions to what Moi was talking about? Okay, so apparently we've got a message from the Alexandria, the Alexandrian Servants Party. Is that the correct one? They want. They go on.
I have a question for the panel.
Go on.
Mm, how are you going to bring development? Yet even acquiring simple land is extremely difficult. You see, most of the individuals who are owning land are individuals from DC, and many of them do not want to sell their land to players who are actually on CS. Either they've not even done any sort of developments on their plots. So now that alone basically creates some sort of backlog. If the government or maybe the fellow parties could maybe advocate for a better land tenure system, I think that would bring about more development, because also development starts from land. Is land there that will enable individuals to set up shops, to set up investments for example, housing. All that must be in place. But right now we're facing an issue of land, that the land tenure issue. How will the panel be able to solve that issue?
Um, so that is a valid question, but we're talking about foreign policy at the moment. But what do the panelists think on Ice King's policy? Suggestion?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a to respond to that, because it technically was, I guess, response to me, because I to touch on specifically the DC part of more DC people owning land in SC. I mean, the reality is it's a disparity because people in DC know how kind of the plugins in the economy work on SC, so it's really easy for them to not only gain capital but also to take advantage of new players, and gobble up all the land and then take it for themselves, and then either not develop it or just not really put it to use. I think when it comes to foreign exchange, I do think there should be regulation on people shouldn't be able to just straight up buy land through DC. I don't think that should be a thing. I think there maybe could be some trades that go on between that, so that way it's a little harder. But I do not think that people should be able to just straight up trade, like, here, I'll give you this plot for $10,000 on DC, or trade stuff like that. Like, that seems a little more kind of corruptive and could be detrimental, especially to new players who want to buy a property closer to the capital.
Okay. I just have a statement from
moderator. I would just like to let you know that the APS did not run for election because they forgot to renew their party registration, and therefore should me given time in this debate.
Right. Okay. Well, a member of the general public was talking for them.
But they're not a real party.
That's it for that. Okay, fine. So, I'm right. Look, okay. I am going to assume that people don't have any more questions on my stances. Oh, Mr. Royal is here apparently.
Moderator.
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
asking for what the panel has of like an action plan, because like the greatest thing which is deteriorating the economy is the land tenure system, because all the development would have come if the land tenure system is good, because right now it's shitty because people are not developing their plots, and no development will take place if people just keep the plot stagnant. What action plan does the panel have for this? Because
we
Sorry,
have
can this question be asked to everyone?
Yeah, like okay, so I guess following from that, what is the panel's stance on development? Actually, wait, no, hang on. We've got a list. Green. Foreign policy. What's the Sovereign Kingdom's party's stance on that? We'll get on to the development after this question. Don't worry.
I'll make this quick. The Sovereign Kingdom Party believes that if we open up, at least at this point in time, item-to-item exchange between the two servers, it will immediately crash the economy and make everything worse than it already is. However, Forex isn't something that we can prevent, and therefore we want to create official channels and regulations through the Ministry of Trade and Finance to make sure that people aren't being taken advantage of. And with our stance on relations with Redmont, obviously we would want to keep good relations, but our end goal is to represent Alexandria in the best way we can. Thank you.
Right, okay. Does anybody have any questions in regards to that?
Yes, I had a small question in relations to that. Why do we keep a relationship which is going to strangle us into death? What I'm trying to say is that why do we have to keep a relationship with Redmond, yet it's making our economy to even struggle? Like, it's best we sever our ways with Redmond and we develop ourselves, and then later on we can build some sort of relationships. But right now, we're having issues with Redmond, so why would we keep that sort of relationship? You cannot keep a girlfriend who's going to basically take all your money. So you first cut the relationship off, and then you improve on yourself. Then later on, you can come back into the relationship. So
Okay, right. Okay. So Greenish, do you have a response to that, or?
I mean, that's just not a real problem. Like, I'm sorry, but what are you saying, that we ban people from Redmont joining? Like, Redmont has no actual control over the server, and like, I just genuinely don't understand what you're saying.
no, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that's the point, but like, why don't we stop this issue of foreign trades, for example, where people can trade from Redmond, like people use their money from Redmond, like we stop all basic trades on.
I don't think you're understanding how it works. The way that Forex is working here is people are paying each other statecraft money, and then they're going to democracy craft. They're leaving us or going to democracy craft, and then they're paying for that money they traded over. There's no actual like official Forex like command of the game right now. If that makes sense. This is an official thing people are doing.
Okay. I'm going to move on to Super Whoop next. The topic is.
Actually, can I quickly?
Okay, fine. Rebuttal. Nimki.
No, sorry. This is not a rebuttal. I just like to say unfortunately I do have to go, but I'd like to thank all the participants here and the moderators for setting up this debate, and I hope that we can have more productive conversations like this soon. Thank you.
Right. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. So, Super Whoops. What's what's your party's stance on foreign policy?
All right. So first off, I'd like to state that we mostly agree with what Greenish and the SKP believe. We think that diplomacy is a really important tool, and more so. Sorry. Oh, thank you.
Don't
More
worry,
so.
Kaiser Bismarck is a comrade. Just setting up the lecterns.
No worries. Thank you. So as I was saying, Forex is very difficult to. Forex regulations would be, or straight up ban, would be very hard to enforce. So we don't support just outlawing it completely, but regulating it, making maybe a standard exchange rate might be beneficial. And we think that foreign policy can also be good to promote extradition of criminals.
You have 30 seconds.
So that's another. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, right. Does anybody have any rebuttal or questions for that? For what Super Whoop was saying? Guessing it's a no? Nope. Okay. Okay, so next question is about development in I mean, we already had this question, but Ice King wasn't there for that. However, would the panel prefer to do questions on the welfare state, or would they prefer to do it on development? Okay. Okay, right. Development it is.
What's the options between?
Talking about the welfare state or talking about development?